All right, guys, welcome back into another NBA DFS video. My name is Polzin with 9to5 Sports, going to be going over the value plays here for this big 12-game slate. Now, you guys probably already watched the core plays video. That is awesome. I want this video to supplement that video. So you go through, you got your core plays, and then you come to this video and you're like, all right, where do I fill in from there? Now, the thing with it is this is going to be less direct because it's kind of just like if-then statements. Like if this player's out, then you're playing this guy, or if this player gets into foul trouble, then this guy can be a great play. So I'm just going to be touching on all those players, but I'm going to be touching on players that are below 6K, a couple of 5K price point plays that shouldn't be priced there. Okay. And then just like value price point plays that I'm going to be touching on. So if you guys enjoy this coverage, make sure to give a like and subscribe. That helps me be able to help you guys out. And I am going to be doing a little value plays intro, which we'll do right now. Just a fun little video there for you guys. All right, so the first value play I want to touch on is going to be Patrick Williams, just playing a ton of minutes, and the production continues to be there for him. Sure, is he starting to get priced up there enough? He is, but at the same time, you could be getting 26 DK points or so, most likely locking in 20 DK points. So at 4.4, he is someone I still think is worth mentioning. You know, more of a lineup filler, more someone if you end up on him, you're kind of shrugging your shoulders and be like, all right, I'm fine with it. All right, so Andrew, it's spelled Nembard, but I've heard Nebard. And I've heard Nehembard. If anyone knows how to announce it correctly, let me know. Like I've literally did the Google Voice Translate. I looked up the pronunciation and then I listened to the Pacers and announcers say it and they both said it differently. So if anyone knows the actual correct way of saying it, please, it's like bothering me to no end right now. But he is someone that could step into a decent price point value play. We've seen him play 28 and 34 minutes the last two games. And that is because Chris Durante has been out and Aaron Naismith have been out. So gotta check and see. Aaron Naismith he's questionable. All right. So if he does play, then he is someone that you could be looking at. If he sits, then you're looking at Andrew. Okay. At his current price point, it is a very solid price point for you. Just if those minutes are there, 28 or 30 or so minutes, you know, he is someone that should be able to get to around 20 DK points. Now, he did play a great game against the Pelicans. That was impressive, but, you know, he has been doing well, like assist wise and whatnot. So someone that could play well. You do worry potential foul trouble, 4 fouls, 3 fouls. You know, that's a lot, but should be a decent play. From there, I do want to mention Isaiah Stewart once again. I mentioned he could be a good pivot off of, I don't want to say good pivot, a potential pivot off of a very chalky Miles Turner at a little bit cheaper price point. We see he has been pretty consistent, especially over his like last 5 or 6 games. One bad outing, and he only scored 24. Or he only had 24 minutes. The game was a blowout. You know, the team just didn't show up. So as long as the team shows up tonight against Boston, you know, maybe they don't. But still, someone that could easily get to 30 DK points and you wouldn't be shocked about it. Could be a very strong kind of price point play. Right now, I see him as just, you know, once again, another shoulder shrug play. So in the last NBA DFS video, I made Isaiah Hartenstein a core play, and I'm not going to say that that is not out of the realm of possibilities in this game. We did see him get into foul trouble early, and then they just went with Obi Toppin, and Julius Randle was rolling, so there's no reason to really give him minutes. Toppin went out and played really well, so I think Toppin at his current price point, 3.8, is actually someone you could look at as well in this game with Mitchell Robinson still ruled out. You know, could be getting some center minutes. If he gets 20 to 25 minutes or so, kind of like he has been getting, then 20 DK points is kind of what I would expect from him. So Javon Carter is going to be someone that's going to be extremely chalky on the slate because Drew Holiday is out, which the expectation is that he's going to soak up some usage, you know, get a couple more assists and whatnot, which, you know, probably should happen. The problem with him, he's just not like a good scorer NBA wise. So like he's not going to get 10 actual real life points most likely. It could happen, sure. It's just not likely to happen. The matchup with OKC is something that you like though. You're playing him for 2 reasons. Drew Holiday's out, but also OKC matchup. He just went for 26 DK points against them, and that was with Giannis out, but kind of same thing. Good matchup. Should be able to do well against them. 3.9 is a very cheap price point for him. 20 DK points is what you're trying to get out of him. Anything more than that, I wouldn't really expect, but it could happen. Should be a safe floor play. And then someone I think could be a sneaky play just because he shoots the ball a ton when he gets in is Jordan Norwa. He played 22 minutes against OKC in the last game, had almost 20 DK points. The thing with him is that he has seen the biggest minutes bump when Drew Holiday's off the court. It goes Giannis and then Norwa has been the biggest beneficiary minutes wise. So it wouldn't be shocking to see him get a little bit more run in this one. If he gets 20 minutes, that's kind of what I'm expecting. Maybe it's 26 minutes if the game's a blowout. Okay. The usage with Drew Holiday off the court, it bumps up 5%. Okay. And the DK points bump up 7 DK points. So yes, at 3.6, he could be someone that you're looking at as well. Definitely more of a GPP risk. Okay. He's going to be low owned. No one's going to want to play him because he shouldn't be someone that's high owned. I'm saying, if you put him to 5 to 10% of your builds, you could be having a high upside play. The risk is there for him to not play a lot. Do feel like I need to touch on Joe Harris at 4.2, kind of a strong price point play. And then on FanDuel as well, I kind of mentioned he's a kind of a core play to me on FanDuel, just given the price point. Okay, he's under 4K there. You get guard and forward position eligibility like you do on DraftKings here. The thing with it is the minutes should be there. The shot attempts should be there. As long as he can hit the shots, he's going to be a strong price point play. With with Kyrie Irving, I've done that twice now. I did that in the core plays video where I said with Drew Holiday out, it's Kyrie Irving. Apologies there. But with Kyrie Irving out, he is someone that does get a bump in usage, about a 5 to 6% bump in usage. And then per 36, he's getting a DK bump about 10 DK points per 36 though. So decent play. 4.2, does open up some for you on the slate. So when I did the Occupy Fantasy video today, center Christian Coloco was popping up there as a value for FanDuel. And that's because, a couple of games ago had 30 minutes and then last game 21 minutes. Could be 8 point per minute player on FanDuel. Just want to pull that up for you guys. Could happen. And then some other players that were popping up as well, value price point wise. This game was bumped up, just so you know, but Dwight Powell was someone that was popping up as a price per minute player that you could play, especially if you are doing a showdown slate like that. He is someone you could look at. Malik Monk has seen his price bump up and he's currently questionable. If he sits, that could open up some value, but he is someone that's produced the last 3 games now, and at 4.2 still too cheap. Like, I'd rather play him at 4.2 than I would Joe Harris. We just need to get confirmation that Malik Monk is going to play. He is shooting the ball a little bit more than Joe Harris, and some people might go to Grayson Allen as a potential value as well. I'd much rather play Malik Monk if he's going to be active. If he does sit then, Davion Mitchell is someone you could look at as well. No one's going to want to play him because, one, he is priced up after being really chalky. So it is a tougher play, but he'd be someone that I think would soak up some usage and some minutes with Monk out. So Sengun is someone that keeps popping up on the data page here as someone that could nearly go for 7x. As worth mentioning. Not someone I particularly love on this slate. And then Nick Richards as well is someone that's popping up. This is definitely more of a price point thing and a matchup thing. He gets one of the best matchups on the slate, a top 20 matchup on the slate. DK point per minute given up from Portland is like 1.15. So really good. So if he is someone that does get it right around 20 minutes, you do expect him to get right around, 20 or so DK points. And he has been much more consistent as of recent. The last 3 games averaging over 20 DK points. So, at 4K is someone that you could look at for a discounted price point play. And then what would be the point of doing a value plays video if we didn't try to fit in some of the core plays from the earlier video? So let's do that. And as you can see, the biggest issue with this slate is not like value. There's a ton of value that's opened up on the slate. It's just trying to figure out which plays are going to work for you. So let's kind of revamp this build and see what we can do from there. So instead of playing Norwa, who, like I said, decent value price point play. Like, it wouldn't shock me to see him have a great game, but he is not a must play by any means. So like, for the sake of this build and video, he'd be the one player that I would go off from. And then maybe you're just looking at Russell Westbrook get 40 DK points or so. All right, that's all I have for you guys for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, you know what to do. Give me a like and subscribe. That helps me be able to help you guys out more. All right, thanks for watching. And as always, let's keep cashing.